Hey, I'm Becca with the Happy Ever Crafter, and in this video I'm going to show you a super easy card design that you can use for Mother's Day this year. Okay, so supplies for this video, you're going to need 2 colored pens. They don't have to be Tombow dual brushes like I'm using, but something with kind of a thicker tip. And I would do some kind of really light color, and I like red, but you can use whatever you want that's kind of a contrasting color. And then also some washi tape or scotch tape, whatever you have. And also a card. This is actually just a piece of watercolor paper. I haven't cut it yet into card size because I find it's easier to use a whole piece and then I'll cut it afterwards, and you'll see why in just a second. So literally that's it. 2 markers, some washi tape, and a card or a piece of watercolor paper, piece of cardstock, whatever you want to use. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little square out of my washi tape. And basically this square is going to be where the lines from my brush pens don't hit. So I'm assuming I'm going to cut my card probably about this big. So this will be the front of my card, this area right here. So I'm trying to tape a little box on what I think will be the front of my card. And this is the nice part about doing this before you cut the card, is if I don't have that perfectly centered, I can cut the card so that it lands perfectly centered, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna make 2 strips of washi tape, and I'm gonna use my X-Acto knife and another kind of little straight edge of paper that I have here to cut it perfectly, or approximately perfectly square. So just score the paper or the tape, and then you can lift it up so that those edges are clean. Like I said, approximately perfectly square, but or rectangular, but it's not perfect, which is fine because that's the nature of a handmade card. There we go. All right, so I've got my washi tape, and like I said, that's going to be kind of like the negative space. So when I use my brush pen over top of it, it will keep the paper white. So now I'm going to take my lighter brush pen, my blue, you can use whatever color you want, and I'm going to cover my page in horizontal or vertical lines and horizontal lines. I'm going to do the front and the back just because I think I want to decorate both sides of my card. If you only want to do the front, that's totally fine too, but I'm just going to take a second, and you could also use a ruler if that makes you happier. I think it looks nice, not perfectly straight. So I'm just going to try and keep my lines as evenly spaced as possible, knowing that they're not going to be perfect, and that's kind of the point. Okay, and ignoring the fold in my card, I'm just going to keep going. And when I get over that washi tape, I'm just going to go right over top of it. And my card underneath will stay blank. Okay, I'm going to turn it because I find drawing horizontal a lot easier than drawing vertical. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the other direction. Trying to keep these lines kind of similar in spacing to the first set I did, although stuff like that happens, and that's totally fine. Hopefully you guys seeing me struggle with drawing straight lines makes you feel better if yours aren't. This is so not a big deal. Okay, there we go. My page is filled. And I'm going to take out my paper cutter. If you don't have a paper cutter, that's totally fine. You can use scissors, or you can use an X-Acto knife, or whatever you want. And I'm just going to cut my card now to the size that I want. So if I take about this spacing here and try and get it there and there and there, that's about the size of the card that I want. So I'm not measuring because I am not a perfectionist. Okay, so now I have my card. Next step I'm going to do is take my red marker, and I'm going to make a line around the edge of my box. Again, does not have to be perfect. Just trying to keep the thickness of it pretty consistent. And then I'm going to peel my tape off. Oh my gosh, I really should keep my nails longer so I can do this more easily next time. Okay, there we go. Okay, and then I'm just going to kind of touch up this line because I can see it's not quite as thick on this edge, and that's going to bother me. There we go. And next I'm going to do some little bumps on here and color them in. These do not have to be perfect. And you also don't have to do little circles like this. You can do whatever shape you want. Could be lines coming out of it. Could be hearts. It could be honestly whatever you want, or you could just leave it blank. Keep it as a straight line without any little extra doodads. Okay, there we have it. And then I'm going to write whatever I want to in the middle. For me, that's just going to say mom, and I'm going to do it in like a really whimsical kind of casual script style. You could do this however you want. You could also do it with a different pen. It doesn't have to be with your red one. I just like the look of that. You could do it with black. You could do it with the blue. You could do absolutely whatever you want. But I'm just going to do a casual little... And if you wanted to, you could space that out beforehand. Put a straight line across it if you wanted it to be more perfect. I like, again, the whimsical aspect of it all. So that's pretty much it for this card. The last thing I kind of really like to do, and this is personal preference, is I like to go over these little intersections because I think it looks really cool when there are some like darker spots. This just adds a tiny little pop, in my opinion. And if you're feeling ambitious, you could do that on the back too. For the sake of this video, I'm not going to, and I'm not going to bore you, but that's basically what it's going to look like. And there you have it. A super, super simple Mother's Day card. Now, I had cut all of these pieces off of my card, and they can turn into scraps for whatever else you want. I tend to keep these and use little ones like this as future cards. And then I use the flat ones as kind of note cards, and I cut them up and just write on the inside and just have a little pattern on the back. So don't throw out your little scraps, but there you go. Okay, there you have it. I hope you found this helpful. You can use this design over and over again for a whole bunch of different card designs. It doesn't have to be for Mother's Day. So I hope you like it. I'm going to link you to another Mother's Day card option that I did from a previous year if you want a different option. And I hope you subscribe to the channel because I do lots of stuff like this all the time. So I'll see you in the next one.